Live from Johannesburg, this is Tonight with Jane Dutton. Tonight, the dramatic increase in suicide amongst our young. It's the fastest growing cause of death. What can we do to stop this trend? A spin doctor and a psychologist explain what drives celebrities and high-profile people to lie when they could risk it all. New drugs are causing children to convulse and lose consciousness. Is the recent legislation of cannabis to blame? That's Tonight with Jane Dutton. Students jumping from buildings, children as young as 7 taking their own lives. The number of suicide attempts in South Africa is rocketing. We want to know why and what we can do to stop it. Stealing, cheating and now publicly lying. The portfolio requirements for politicians, it seems, worldwide. And if it's not Malusi Gigaba accused of lying on Twitter or in front of Parliament, it's Donald Trump lying about his own lies. So why do people do it? And are you more convincing if you're well known, or are you that entitled that you feel protected no matter what you do? And look at these pictures.
Greg, come here. Come here. Come here.
These school children are convulsing, vomiting, being terribly sick after taking drugs, possibly a new drug. 14 of them are in hospital. Authorities believe it may have a synthetic marijuana base. After just a few weeks of decriminalizing cannabis, has marijuana proved to be a gateway drug that should be banned? Those are my questions for my panel tonight. What's yours? You can call us on 011-759-6340. You can also use the hashtag Tonight with Jane Dutton. But first, Dudu is standing by with the news.
Thank you, Jane. Let's take a look at your headlines. President Cyril Ramaphosa has fired suspended SARS Commissioner Tom Moyane. The president accepted the recommendations of an interim report of the SARS Commission of Inquiry. He said in a letter to Moyane that he'd managed SARS recklessly and that he refused to participate meaningfully in the inquiry. Moyane had been on suspension since March. Under his watch, the Revenue Service recorded a 50 billion rand shortfall.
By Judge Nugent. This whole commission was commissioned by the president to understand what went wrong at SARS. And a couple of weeks later, after the interim report was released, after Tom Moyane's letter was given to the president about his recommendations as to why he shouldn't be fired, it's literally a day later and the president has fired him. So obviously he applied his mind as he said he would, and he has now decided that Tom Moyane is not fit to be the commissioner of the Revenue Service.
The ANC's finally admitted it received money from the looted VBS Mutual Bank. ANC Treasurer General Paul Mashatile says a service provider was paid 2 million rand during the 2016 election campaign. The payment was not reflected on any accounts. Mashatile says those who are complicit in the bank's looting must be dealt with and the money will be paid back.
We need to go beyond people stepping down. Of course, leaders must step down, issues must be investigated, but there are CFOs in municipalities, there are city managers, all those people who actually made decisions, particularly knowing that it's unlawful. We need to act against them immediately.
Dross rape-accused Nicholas Nino has been referred for psychiatric evaluation. He allegedly raped a young girl at a Pretoria restaurant in September. Nino's facing rape, drug possession and assault charges. His court case has been postponed until the 28th of November, but could be delayed further while he waits for a bed to become available at West Koppi's psychiatric hospital. A large group of protesters gathered outside the Pretoria Magistrates Court.
There mustn't be any excuse of anyone who is a rapist. It's either, something big must be done. Like, it's either they must rot in jail, or it's either we as the community will take the law into our hands.
And a family dispute is brewing around the burial of late rapper Jabulani HP Zambo just days before he's set to be laid to rest. Well-known publicist and customary wife of the late icon Lerato Senkhadi has taken the Zambo family to court. She's filed an interdict to stop them from proceeding with funeral arrangements. The funeral scheduled to take place in Mahikeng on Saturday. The Zambo family has meanwhile reacted with outrage. They say they won't comment on utterances that question Zambo's good name. More news for you at 9 o'clock, but for now it's back to Jane.
Thanks for that, Tudu. Still ahead, suicide should be high on our radars towards the end of the year. In particular, we'll tell you why after this.